Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Dead by Dawn Season 3. Today we have an exciting match between Team Unholy and Team Glacial. We do have Glacial on the killer first. We do see Monica on the Wraith. This is going to be their pick, and we are seeing already a quick chase coming in onto Merch here in this Gallows side with a lot of strong pallets. But I am not alone today on the casting. I do have Lucy here with me. Lucy, how do you feel about a good old race set?
Wraith is one of those sets where it can last really long for no reason. Undying is definitely putting in the work over there by revealing aura of our Nancy. Nancy's taking it over here to 5, but they're gonna leave him. We also have Ruin, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
Ruin.
I will say this is a bit of an interesting build coming through. I wonder if this is going to be like a change of build for Wraith, seeing more Ruin Undying because of the Ruin buffs, instead of like the typical Eruption and Pain Res combo that we've seen a lot before. And Monica is not running Bamboozle, which is a little bit risky of a play because you typically do see Bamboozle in almost every Wraith set because Windows can just abuse this killer so much. And we're seeing Merch do an excellent job at chaining together this wagon filler into Shack, and is going to drop the Shack pallet as we do commit chase.
We have dropped a lot of pallets back here behind Gallows, which will be interesting if we have to take any further chases back here, especially with Shack being gone now. We're heading back over to 5, though. You gotta assume that the gens at the top of the map are being worked, and that's why we're deciding to hold this chase down here. And I think this chase is going on for quite... Yep, there goes our first gen. Oh, and our second, so... Our chase might be lasting a little longer than what we thought we would as our Wraith downs them finally. There goes our third.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want to see if you're a survivor playing the race set. A fantastically well played chase from Merch, managing to pop 3 gens for that. And actually, we do find the stealth out, though. That is really good for the Wraith. So Monica did have a little bit of a rough start, but finding out the stealth for the unhook and getting that tag is going to put maybe the momentum back in Monica's favor. Is going to go for a commit on this, but I think that's a little bit too risky because, yeah, they are going to make the comm for another survivor to come in. If Monica was able to find that survivor, that would have been really great, but winning the 50
so nice.
through that pallet. And is going to go back and try and tunnel out Merch probably, just trying to see where the survivor ran off to.
Nice body block here, holding them so that our tunnel out can get a little bit more distance. I assume that, well, no, nobody's heading towards the pickup just yet. We might be working somewhere behind the Gallows, try to put some more pressure out there, because we still have not seen Claudette at all. So Claudette is definitely putting in the work on the generators.
Yeah, and we do see the pickup come in onto Wicca, and it's just going to commit this chase onto Shelly. But that means the tunnel is getting away. I think Monica is opting just to try and get those pain reses down. But we still see Ruin and Undying up, as we do see a reset. And I believe because of that broken, that is going to be clean break used onto Wicca there. And another hook, another pain res. We do see it get used, so there is going to be some progress across the map, even though Monica has been putting up some great pressure. I think we need to
find the clean break.
Yeah, finding the clean break here is really good. There's probably going to be like 30 more seconds until that pops, but it looks like they might be able to get the down unless there's a pallet around this corner. There is. Ooh.
Come on, let's see it. Let's see what happens here. We do not get our clean break, and we do get the down, which is really fortunate for our Wraith, but we did see another gen pop, and we are now waiting on that last gen to pop.
Yeah, we're probably going to see another pain res come through. The question is, yeah, it will get used, so there is some progress across the map. I would like to see a little bit more pressure of the gens from Monica, though. Having that Ruin Undying up still means that you should be pressuring the gens and really like trying to get Ruin working. There's a nice 3-gen on the Gallows side of the map there, as we do see another tag coming through that is going to be sloppy doing its work. And yeah, now we're going to see Monica pressuring off these gens. This is what I feel like they should have done a little bit sooner. But I understand.
Agree 100%.
I understand wanting to get those pain reses through. But having Ruin and Undying up still in this late of the game means that even though the start was rough, we can see a very strong end game.
Yes, yeah, and especially with, like I said earlier, all the resources being gone back there in Gallows, and now our 3 gen being located in that area. If we pressure just right, we might actually be able to get it down back there and just be able to hold that area. But it seems as though we're gonna actually allow the survivor to take us up the map. Nope, we are leaving,
Yeah,
which I think is the best choice.
that is just going to be the new look at like the new Gala, or not Gala, sorry, DDS RNG with stronger tiles able to spawn on the village
Mhm.
side of the map. But yeah, just pressuring back the gens, letting Ruin do some work, as we do see some scratch marks trying to find this survivor out. But the survivor is doing a great job of stealthing out. Monica is just trying to find them, see if they can get another tag, as we do see all the resets come across the map. Those resets were awfully fast for Sloppy, so that probably was
Mhm.
a triple reset from the survivors. So Monica can assume that's where all of them are, and does find out the stealthing survivor. So this might be a tag coming through, but they do have this
Might
window
be.
here.
They choose to leave the window. They are gonna head up the map. We do see another survivor here. We got the tag. We're gonna turn around and go back, I believe, and just kind of, no, we're just gonna cut them off.
Yeah, Monica is just on the trail of this survivor, trying to get another tag, try and get Sloppy applied onto all these survivors. The thing is, the generator on 10 had quite a bit of
Mhm.
progress, and we haven't seen Zarina or Nancy in quite a while, so they could be stacking out that gen, trying to pop it while Monica's attention is over here on this side of the map.
I agree.
Yeah,
It's
this
interesting to see if they'll, yeah, I was gonna say if they'll commit to this in one or if they'll turn around and head back. We did see a reset on Claudette though, so I wonder where reset might be going on. We do see a survivor back here. It is Nancy.
Yeah, and I think right now we're just seeing exactly what you said at the start of this game. Getting out all those Gallus pallets is just making it that much harder for the survivors to leave the area without getting tagged. But we do see Ruin get cleansed, and so now that is going to look more in the survivors' favor here, because we will be able to see them pressuring out those gens, and there's only one more pain res left, so pretty much just the one pain res and Sloppy as slowdown right now. And Monica is playing around this window. This is a strong window to have if you're the survivors chaining in this pallet. But the thing is, I don't know if they can make it to
I
anything
don't,
else from
yeah,
here. I think
I agree.
this building is just too long, and yeah, we're gonna see the down coming through. But this is not the pain res survivor, so the question is, how much progress do they have on that gen? As we do see Shelly in the rotate, playing this tile really well, but I don't know if they have enough distance to make this window. Oh, just barely
Oh.
juking it out, but it's going to be a tag inevitably anyway. So we do have a slug and Sloppy onto Shelly. And we're just going to go and pressure out this generator that does look to be at around 50% progress.
I think also another thing with the BAM is we're gonna see the survivors start to utilize the windows more without pallets. That's pretty much all they have. And as you said too, it's kind of hard not to take a tag back here now that there's no resources.
Yeah.
These survivors are playing so well by taking the chases to the places that they need to go though. And to get the resets, like they've already reset all of the pressure that was applied by our Wraith here. Ooh.
A little bit of a swing there. I think there was a little bit of a problem, maybe lagging or something like that. But yeah, the survivors' rotations are really good. They're getting tagged, yes, but they're running to main. They're taking the pressure off of Monica, and then they're resetting while other survivors are rotating back onto the gen. So Monica can't commit anything. And like, yes,
Yep.
tags are happening, but there's just not downs happening.
Yeah.
I think maybe committing Ana earlier on would have been better to get that pain res going, but they really need to get a hook in their 3 gen if they want to have a chance
Oh
of
yes,
forking
yeah.
this.
I agree 100%. I mean, these survivors are just playing this set very, very well. Oh, and you even see a body block come through.
Yeah, that is a very good body block coming through. That is just going to buy more time for the survivors. But we do see Monica breaking that door that you typically don't see broken that often. It's going to be a bit of a 50, but it's pretty much guaranteed for the killer that they're going to get the
Yes, yeah.
down there. And we finally do see a down, and they are going to pick. This is not the pain res survivor. And yeah, they were just stacking out that generator when they were taking chase on main. So that is going to be the last gen popping in that 3 gen. The survivors played it incredibly well. But we are going to see another hook
Yes, they did.
coming in onto Merch. This is going to be 4 stages and 3 fresh right now. And Monica is going to venture out, see if they can't find someone else to try and get some more stages on the board.
I would say the survivors have definitely already left this area and have started to work on the door behind main. We might even see a unhook come through with our Wraith not being next to the hook. But you know, all survivors might just take it and feel safe with this win con. Which is no, we only see 2 survivors, so it means somebody is still in here.
Yeah, somebody could be going for the save. Anna being the fresh hook, though, you definitely want to see them get out. But 5 stages would be a fantastic result for a Wraith set. You know, Wraith is one of those sets where, like, yes, it should be expected that you get like 5-6 stages, but you see 4K so often because it's such a hard set. Any slight misplay from the survivors and the Wraith can just take full advantage of that. But yeah, 5 stage, 3 fresh coming in from the survivors of Unholy. Incredibly well played, and I'll be excited to see what Glacial survivors can do on the set because it was their pick. But we will see that coming up soon. See you guys then. On the Wraith Killer, and we're already seeing a quick chase and a tag. Like I just started entering, we're already seeing a tag. I can't even catch my breath before we already have stuff happening. But yeah, so the win con for Unholy is going to be 6 stages, and we do see a little bit of a look for head on, but and a hit tank coming through pretty early. But I will say one thing we don't see is we don't see Sloppy being used. We see Noed instead. When you have a win con like 6 stages, especially on Wraith, seeing that Noed come in definitely is a good game plan to have.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Our Wraith did really well body blocking on that window, by the way, to get that first tag. And we're gonna see a very early down. And we know that Kate was there for a body block, so that means that we don't have a whole lot of gen pressure other than maybe our Jake and Ace working somewhere, especially with seeing Kate just now again in the middle of the street.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be showing the difference in like how a race set can go. We saw last race set, Merch had a fantastic chase and managed to last for 3 gens to pop, and it was very hard for the Wraith to come back from that. This game, we do see a very quick chase and multiple tags coming through very fast. And we're going to see how much pressure Wraith can output. And yeah, playing this 50 here, but it's a really safe pallet. You can pretty much always make Shack from that wagon pallet unless you drop it at a bad time. But we do see the pull coming through, and man, that is such an early pull. And we have 3 injured survivors. So when you see a good chase coming out, and it's another down onto Clownfish. Oh man, and we do see Nicholas here playing close for the pallet save, maybe trying to come back. When you have a win con like these survivors do, you have to play for everything like that. And we do see Wicca is gonna slug, and oh, Nicholas just a little bit unfamiliar with the new RNG, but we do see the vault coming through. That is impressive vault to come through because this is going to be a ping matchup. We do see Unholy, who is EU, and Glacial is going to be NA. But yeah, we do see Nicholas still playing close for this pallet save, while they're probably getting quite a bit of gem progress across the map, and we actually see pick up on Clownfish.
Yeah, I mean, there is so much going on. The only problem is that all of the survivors are on this side, and we still do not see a gen pop or any like real progress on any gens. So we've interrupted back here. Yes, we finally do see a gen pop, but I fear this is the only gen that has any progress on it.
Yeah, I mean, this is just the pressure I was talking about that Wraith can output. When you get a quick down as Wraith, just the amount of map pressure you have from being undetectable, and we do see Clownfish dying on another pallet. Now this is the bit of a weakness that Wraith can have. Being an M1 killer, dying on pallet is very strong, but it doesn't look like there was anyone around. It's just a bit of a bluff from Clownfish, maybe to buy some extra time, while we do see the survivors resetting across the map.
We are gonna choose to take a basement hook, which I feel like that's not a bad plan, especially once again with our resources in this area kind of being taken. And we do see BAM this time around, so we don't have shack window to play with anymore. There is some progress on main. I'd like to see the survivors maybe take this chance to put even more pressure out on generators before all the resources are gone.
Ooh. A little bit of a close swing coming through. We do see Smash It on Nicholas. That is a very good stun coming through for Glacial. They can't let that tag go through. Wicca has just been putting up so much pressure on them. They need to
see a gen
get,
pop.
yeah, they need to buy some extra time, and we do see Nicholas doing so. The question is, for that time bought, do we get the save from basement? That is the question, and it doesn't look like it's going to come through, unfortunately.
No, we do see a rotation, but I don't think that it got to make it there.
Yeah, just a little bit of a late rotation. They might just be opting to get gen progress instead of go for the save, which is definitely a smart play. But unfortunately, with the win con how it is, if Wicca just downs one more person and full camps them to death, that would be the win. And we probably won't see that because that is a bit of a risky play when they can play for more in this situation, because getting to a 3v1 at 3 gens left in Wraith set is just such a hard spot to be if you're a survivor.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We do see some progress on one. Kate did run back in the behind Gallows back there, so they are probably pressuring that gen. Ace is taking his time and he's gonna try to win this 50, but he doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, that is such a hard 50 to play, especially when you're on ping. But this is just gonna be another pain res hook coming through, and I'm struggling to see how the survivors can come back from this. That start was just so good from Unholy that it's going to be so much harder to come back, because Wraith can just keep outputting that pressure. If you give Wraith an inch, he will take a mile. But yeah, we do see some progress on this generator back here, and we do see the pull come through actually really quick. Survivors know that they need to take any second they have to get that pull, because if they wait on hook too long, they might go second stage, and then all Wicca needs to do is just down them one more time, and that will be the win. But we do see Nicholas here playing for a hit tank. UC does make that vault. Very well played, but this window is very hard to play. That's why we see, yeah, the hit tank coming through. But Wicca will have no problem just committing onto Nicholas, because if they get this hook, that will actually be Tycon, and that means one more stage would mean the win for Team Unholy in the Wraith set.
And I would assume that we've got some more pressure going on. If we're gonna take it over here, oh, we find Kate though, so maybe there isn't a whole lot of pressure. We did have progress on one, so I'm assuming one of the survivors has probably moved up to the top of the map to try to pick that up.
Yeah, I mean, we do see Kate coming in trying to take some pressure off of Jake. Because, like, if they lose one more stage, that's tie. And then from this situation, especially with no one in the back pocket, they can't give up another stage. But it looks like that down is inevitable. There's just not that much to use over here on this Gallows side anymore. But we are going to see another pain res hook coming through. And it might, as much as I want to say the survivors still have a chance, it might be done and dusted, because it's just so hard to come back from this.
It is. I think we're looking for Kate because we knew she was back here. I don't know if she stayed back here. Oh!
Yeah. So Wicca did see the crow fly up on this tile here, signifying that it might be Kate in this area. And yeah, Kate is just trying to have one last chase, because this will be the chase that determines it all. Ace does need to rotate across the map to get the save, and Kate needs to have the chase of her life if they want to keep this as a tie game instead of a loss. But this pallet is really bad, but Kate is playing this
She's
absolutely well,
yeah.
winning all of these 50s. But yeah,
We do see another gen pop, so our ace did choose to try to work the gen instead of rotate for the save. But I do believe that this is it for our survivors. I don't think that unless our ace plays very sneakily and can get across without our Wraith seeing it. Oh, and we were immediately answered.
yeah, this is going to be the last chase of the match, and that's going to be a 4K2 on the race set for Team Unholy. This is what I was saying in the last set, is like Wraith can go either way, but if you give the Wraith a little bit, he'll take a lot, and it'll just be such a tough match as we do see the 4K2 coming through. Very well played from Wicca, managing to get this 4K2. But yeah, he didn't even need to use the Noah in the back pocket. They probably could have had a better chance with Sloppy, and maybe we would have seen an even better result coming through. But always good to play safe. Just going to try and find where Monica was slugged. The question is, did Monica crawl away? No, we do hear them right here. It's going to be the last hook coming through. Very well played from both sides. We did see some great team play coming through from Team Glacial, hit tanking when they needed it. They had a really good coordination on those hit tanks, to be fair, and did delay the tunnel out quite a bit. But you know, when a first chase is that fast, it's kind of hard to come back, even if your team play is really well. But yeah, we will see. I believe the next set, I'm forgetting, is
I think it's
gonna
Kaneki.
yeah, it's gonna be the Ghoul. So we will see the Ghoul coming up. That is Unholy's pick, and we will see them back on the killer soon. All right, see you guys then. Back. We are still here with Unholy Glacial. We have Unholy back on the killer. We're seeing Wicca again on the Ghoul. This is gonna be their pick, and once again, I can't even do an intro without someone in chase already. Quick chases we're having in these sets today. But yeah, we do see two survivors out at the start. We are seeing Ghoul with a bit of an interesting build. I'm surprised we actually see Mindbreaker coming through on the build. And we do see the Power Vault coming through. Power Vaulting is really strong right now because the Ghoul changes. And a fantastic hit tank coming in from Monica.
Well done.
Yeah, that was well played.
We are gonna switch over to Monica, I believe. Oh, we just get the men over the pallet. I'd say that the whole team has rotated over here to Shaq, and they are working gens. I think our Kaneki recognizes that as well, and has decided to leave Monica in that corner, crying and mooning and hurt. We're gonna move back over here to Clownfish.
Yeah, not wanting to take chase into the corrupt side of the map is very common, especially for killers with high mobility, wanting to just get pressure in the open gens, as we do see that down comes in the middle of where all the open gens were. But yeah, we're gonna see first coming in very quickly. You know, you see with Ghoul is considered a strong killer, but I think there's a lot of counterplay that can be done that can make chases last pretty long, especially on a map like Blood Lodge when you have a lot of pallets. But we are going to see Wicca just trying to find out where these survivors are, laying down a pop interruption onto that generator that is going to eat away at that generator. And I believe that might be their only progress, because we did see Monica get reset.
Yeah, I agree 100%. All generators, I mean, we know that Shaq doesn't have anything because we were recently over there. There's just not any gen pressure around the map. Oh, we do see some gen pressure over here, but it's still so little compared to what these survivors really need to be putting out for our first down, our first hook to already. Oh, and we do get a unhook, so.
Yeah, that is a really well-timed unhook. Timed it perfectly when the Ghoul was on power cooldown and kicking that generator, so Clownfish can make a lot of distance and make all the distance all the way to Shaq, which is a very strong loop. Ghoul can outplay Shaq though if it's misplayed by Survivor, and Clownfish knows that, and that's why he's running to this tile over here, which is a bit safer. Body blocking the killer, very well played from Clownfish, not giving the chance to vault that pallet. And he's just going to take chase towards his teammate to try and get a hit tank. So we do see another power tag. Yeah, another power tag come in. I know Nicholas probably didn't want to get hit by power, but Wicca very well played getting that power tag, so Nicholas now has to mend, and Clownfish is playing his chase so incredibly well here.
Yes, very well. I just hope that we are getting some pressure out there for this chase. Just to try to. Oh, we do see that gen pop, so we do have some pressure out there on the board. We do see the down though, an eruption going onto the generator. We're choosing to slug because we know that a survivor was recently over there. And we're gonna decide to go ahead and pick up.
Yeah, I think that survivor just ran away, and we do see broken on Nicholas, so I believe that is going to be another use of clean break today. I really love this perk. I think clean break was kind of slept on at the start when it first released, but is seeing a lot more use now in a lot of sets, and I think it is a very good perk. Yes, you're injured for 60 seconds, but to be fair, in a lot of sets, when tunneling is so prominent in the comp scene, you can see people using it as kind of like a syringe almost to be able to get gen progress while you're injured and getting that heal as well, cutting down time and being able to rotate sooner, get more progress on gens while getting the heal off. And as long as you play safe, you shouldn't be down because of it. So I very
agree.
much like seeing this perk come through, as we do see the save on the Clownfish. And that is going to be another well-timed save from Glacial. Wicca needing to walk across the map to get back into chase with Clownfish.
These survivors are playing very well, in that, like you were saying earlier with the counterplay, they are utilizing as much counterplay as possible against this killer. And you can tell our killer is having a hard time, like you said, walking around, having to just be a normal mobility killer because they're utilizing his actual mobility against him.
Yeah, and we do see the power attack coming on Clownfish, so that's going to give the 3 dashes back, so they can probably outplay some stuff. But we do see Monica lurking around, waiting to hit tank for Clownfish, as we do see the Powerball come in. And yeah, this is the one Monica was waiting for. Now we just hit, but oh
no!
Clownfish ran out into the open, but wrapping that really well. And Monica coming in. This is some great team play from Glacial coming in, as Clownfish is playing this pallet. Does have the life to come through. This pallet is very strong, but on ping it can be a 50 and another hit tank. Glacial's team play is just really playing so well right now, as we do see Clownfish makes this pallet now because of that, and we're gonna see what he can do to play this pallet, winning that mind game out, sending it through. The question is he gonna lose it? Yeah, he's gonna lose his mind game, but managing to vault back at the perfect time. Clownfish is playing this chase so well. Glacial is showing up. They lost their set, which was Wraith, but they are showing why they are a strong and formidable team. On Unholy's pick the ghoul, and they are just playing so incredibly well.
Oh my goodness. We do see another power hit on Monica, so we're forcing some mins out there to try to just buy us some more time for this chase. But we are down to 2 gens. We're gonna commit to Monica, though, I believe.
Yeah, I think Wicca is realizing that committing that chase on the Clownfish was probably just spending way too much time, as we do see, yeah, cutting off Monica just enough to get that grab across the pallet. There's going to be another fresh hook, as we do see Clownfish get reset, but we do find the reset spot. So now Wicca does know where all the progress is. They know where everyone is. They know that Ace is working that generator, probably on 2. Does get this down on the Nicholas. So the survivors, the survivors of Glacial did a very good job at preventing the tunnel up, but now it's looking a little bit back in Wicca's favor and getting some downs coming through.
We do see the unhook on Monica come through, though. I'm assuming that we might see a pickup on Nicholas, unless our Kaneki can go and interrupt that. Nobody came over here, which I think is a good choice, with him being so close.
Yeah, he was so close, and there's no pallets in the area, so you can't really play safe on that. But we do see Ace right here on this 50-50 pallet. But yeah, Wicca is just going to kick this, and there is no pallets in this area. The question is, can UC make this pallet? It's going to be a bit of a 50, and yeah, Wicca does swing for it, so he does win out on that 50, and they get the pull in that time. Wicca does see Clownfish, though, and knowing that they have some pressure and some regression on the gens, they might want to commit that tunnel up, but no, opting to just go back, knowing that this gen has quite a bit of progress, apply that pop on it, apply that eruption, and just play the slow game because they still know where Clownfish is. Clownfish couldn't have gotten far away from this corner, so we might still see the tunnel coming in very soon.
We do not find them. We are looking though, really hard.
Do you see the crow fly up by main though? And yeah, that is gonna be Clownfish. That's gonna be the whole team. We do see the whole team, and yeah, I don't know if they're gonna be able to get out of this situation, but they do. They managed to play it well. I think Nicholas went upstairs while UC played the window. This is actually very well played. Very good communication from Glacial to make that happen.
Yes,
but
yeah.
I believe that is going to be that window blocked, as he is just going to have to buy some time by going up here and just dropping off main. Yeah, just buying as much time as possible, as we do see another generator pop in the distance though, and Wicca is going to slug, but that is the clean break survivor, and it is popping off at the perfect time. This is why clean break is such a good perk. You can see it getting so much value in this match. The thing is though, it's very hard to use because if you do it at the wrong time, you are just going to have an injured survivor for 60 seconds. But Glacial is showing why they have that perk on, getting the most value out of it, as we do see Clownfish get reset, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see Monica get reset as well.
I agree 100%. I think that our Kaneki is gonna look for Nicholas because they were last seen in this area. This is where they were injured. I think I heard them. And I was right, yeah, he's back here.
Yeah, we do see the scratch marks in the blood. Wicca just trying to get some use of the power, but they're not in enraged mode, so it's a bit harder to get some power use on Ghoul. Nicholas losing out on that 50, and that's going to be a down coming through. It's a very hard 50 to take, especially on ping. But we do see the save come in while Nicholas is getting down. Glacial is really on top of these saves. They are getting saves at the perfect time. When people are in chase, when power gets used, M1s are happening, and it's really giving it's what's keeping up their pressure as survivor. And Nicholas is actually picked up really quickly. I think there was someone stealthing here, and all the pressure that Wicca just had is just gone.
Yep, yeah. These survivors are just playing this set very, very well. We do see another power hit on Nicholas.
Yeah, I mean, seeing
Gonna
that
send him on his way.
Seeing that power hit come through is kind of unfortunate, because you do want to see that down if you're Wicca, but I think they might just want to get enraged, see if they can make it back to this main generator before it pops. And yeah, it doesn't have too much progress, so they probably weren't too worried about that. I'm surprised it's not the stun coming through, but they are going to get the power vault. You see just losing out on that 50, unfortunately, as we do see eruption pop off. Do we see a survivor on that generator? I do believe, yeah, we do see the survivor that was trying to work that generator, and 3 dashes used, so it's gonna be a long cooldown, and Clownfish knows that, so he can just take his distance and try and make it to this bottom side of the map where there is still some pallets left and the gens are on the other side.
I fear we might see a pickup here if we don't head back, and our Kaneki agrees. He's gonna head back as well. Okay, nobody was here. Whew.
Yeah, we don't see the pickup come through, but I wouldn't be surprised if Monica and Nicholas are stacking out that generator onto, just trying to get as much progress in, because Clownfish can come in from Shack's side and get that pull. Yeah, and we do see some progress here, and yeah, that does look like it probably was stacked, because I believe that was at 0% before. As we do see Blastman coming through, if Glacial keeps up with what they've been doing, yeah, they're gonna get the pull right now. This is what I've been saying about Glacial's pull timing. Their hook saves have been so on point with the timing. Getting that blast mine to come through and getting the save right when that happens. Another power tag onto Monica, and this is going to be all survivor injured. If Wicca had Thana here, that would be great value coming in, but they don't. So we do see Clownfish using Shack and playing it really well, using it after the first dash so they don't just get power vaulted on, and getting the tag through that, buying time for his team to maybe pop the generators across the map.
Yeah, and our Kaneki agrees. They're gonna leave to try to, you know, pressure them off a little bit. We do have 2 people in mending state though, so they'll have to take some time to finish that mend. We are gonna head back over to Shack though and see if we can interrupt Clownfish. And we do!
Oh.
Wonderful body block for the window.
That is a perfect body block coming through from Wicca to get that down on the Clownfish. This is what they need. Pushing this into a 3v1 while the generators are still at 50% is perfect. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Seeing that come through is going to make it so much harder for the survivors to pressure out these generators. But both these survivors splitting perfectly. Monica does make this window. The question is someone sitting on that generator too, and how much progress does it have? Are we going to see
Yeah.
it popping for them committing this chase on main?
And I do think it's possible that our ace is over there working on it. Because we have not seen Ace in quite a minute.
Yeah, we're gonna see if it pops anytime soon, but we do know that Monica is still on top of this main building, probably playing for the pickup onto Nicholas if Wicca decides to go pressure Ace on the generator on 2. And yeah, we do see him over there. The question is, how much progress does it have? Okay, it doesn't
It looked
seem...
like it was pumping, but it's not. It still only had like 2 or 3 pumping, so
Yeah,
he's got quite a little bit of a minute, but not too long before he has to go and interrupt it.
yeah, I think Wicca is realizing that they can just commit this chase, try and get this down, but this pallet is very tough to play. We will see if they decide to just try and win a power vault mind game. And now trying to swing through, and Monica greets it. Very well played from Monica. This is buying precious time. If Monica can keep juicing up here, that would maybe mean the swing and the stun coming through. A blind as well, maybe? No, not a blind coming through. And Wicca knows that that means that they need to go check on this gen. Because, yeah, we do see it is quite high progress. Going for the pick, I'm surprised they're not committing.
I am too.
I think that gen is probably pretty
I think
close to
it's
being
about-
finished.
I think no. Okay, our Kaneki realized that he did have time to take this pickup. I would see. I feel like I was gonna say. I think that they're gonna. You can't beat it up anymore.
They can't kick it. Oh, if they managed to get popped down on the gen, that would have been insane. But now they're probably just going to commit chase over here. And now they can just stack out main. And Ace can just play this pallet so well, playing it safe, getting the stun. If they go main, that generator on 2 is probably going to pop. No
Oh,
more
yeah.
kicks left, and it's such high prog. One of these gens are going to pop.
Yes, I feel like it's a very impossible situation for our Kaneki here. And the team is playing it so well. They know that he can't beat it up anymore, and they're just taking him over here. I mean, I agree. Kaneki, he was just gonna have to fight that anyway and take this chase because there was no way he could stop those gens at that point.
Yeah, and we do see actually adrenaline coming through on Monica, who is the survivor with most stages available. So that's going to be very good for the survivors if they can get these stages out after the quick start that Wicca had in this game. That would be so impressive to see if they can manage to get out of this with outs. And that would mean such a better win con for their killer coming through.
Unfortunate door spawns though. So it's gonna be hard unless one pressures the other side and the other pressures one side. We do already see Ace, which I think this might be a bait, and I think our Kaneki also recognizes that, but they are going to take it. No, they're gonna turn back around and go back on this hill.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to bait out Monica to try and see their position. These doors are really unfortunate. I think we just need to see UC just sit on the door and force Wicca to put all their attention. Yeah, as we do see,
Yeah.
I think UC might have been waiting for a rotate from Monica. I think Monica might have been a bit of a ways away. But I think UC needs to insta pressure this door because Wicca is going to go right back, assuming that Monica is on this other door, which is definitely a good idea of what might happen. And we don't see any progress, but the survivor could have gotten some progress, as we do see a crow land on mid 9, which means that Monica was in the area at some point. So Wicca can know that they're over here, but if they spend too much time looking around here and Monica still saw well, UC can get the other gate open, and Monica might be able to stealth over to the other side and get out that gate.
Yeah, I agree. I think that Monica is probably already, heading over there. Yeah, we do see some lights going on over here. But where is Monica? Monica is stealthing really nicely here. They do recognize that they are the best stages out. We did see some scratch marks on this wall right here, though. It's very minimal, and it's already gone.
Yeah, we will see if they can find them out as the door does get open. And to be fair, this makes Hatch a viable possibility as well. So Wicca has to worry about Hatch as well, as we do see UC leave, which is going to be some stages out. And yeah,
And
Monica is going
there's
to get out.
Monica.
Either the other gate or Hatch. Very well played from Glacial. Their team play is really what
Yes.
saved them this game. The hit tanks onto Clownfish's tunnel out, which extended it and managed to make it to where Wicca actually left the chase, buying them that much more time in the 4v1 than they would have had. And I think that's exactly why they got out. But we will see.
Wonderfully done.
Yeah, we will see what Glacial's killer can do to try and beat this win con coming up soon. See you guys then. Hello everyone and welcome back to Unholy vs Glacial. We are gonna see Glacial on the killer now with a 10-stage win con. As always, as I'm introing, we see the first tag coming in very quick and very reminiscent of the last match. But we are gonna see 10-stage win con, which is kind of effectively just a 4K win con. You don't really see too many high stage games. So we are going to see a Powerball come through, and Alice is playing it well, vaulting through the killer at the perfect time. This shows why Unholy picked this set. They do know what they're doing when it comes to this killer, as we do see a very similar build. Yeah, first down coming in so quick. But a very similar build coming through with that pop eruption, and we do see Agi instead of Mindbreaker, which I personally think is a bit of a better pick. But I do understand the Mindbreaker pick. But yeah, we are going to see Agi coming into play here. And I'm still not alone here with my co-caster Lucy. What do you think about this win con?
I think that it's it can be tough if the survivors are coordinating as well as our last survivors were. But we do already see another hit, and I wonder how much pressure is on the map for that first down, because it was pretty quick. Then we did see a pull as well. And see how long our tunnel out will take on this time around.
That pull was so fast.
Yeah.
I think on a killer with as much mobility and as strong as Ghoul, you can't really get away with pulling that quick, as we are going to see the second stage coming into Alice already before a gen even pops.
Yeah, our tunnel out seems to be going a lot quicker than our last game, and as I said, like, I just don't feel like there is a whole lot of pressure on the map. We might see a gen pop, maybe, but I just don't. Yeah, there it goes. But I just don't think that there is a whole lot more pressure on the map other than main.
Yeah, I mean, when you're gonna pull that quickly, you gotta have 3 gens ready to pop, because if that chase happens to be quick, which can happen on Ghoul. Ghoul is such a tough set, because like downs can happen either really quick or just not fast at all. And we did see that in the last set. Like, they tried to commit tunnel on the Clownfish, and they had a really good team play, having 2 hit tanks come in just to keep him up for the 3 gen. But yeah, we are gonna see them just trying to secure this hook, knowing that they can just sit here. There's no way the survivors are gonna pop 4 gens, you know, in an instant.
Yeah.
So they can just sit here, secure this. They have 2 injured. There's only 1 person that can come for this pull here without and it has to be a trade. And yeah, we are gonna see the trade coming through, which, yeah, I mean, you kind of have to save this, but with the trade coming through, it's eruption procking and tunnel out is just still occurring. This is looking very good for Team Glacial.
Oh yeah, they are playing this really well. I do wonder if we got some pressure going on the map on the other side, because we do not know where is it. I think it's Claudette is, and so we might see a little pressure over there. But if we get this kill at 4 gens, it could be really detrimental for this team. They really need to get out there and get as much gen pressure. There goes one. As possible before this is just a 3k1 or a 3v1.
Yeah, I mean, this is very tough. Alice trying to do the vault through again, but just going down, just barely mistiming it. And we are gonna see the death come in onto Alice with 3 gens left. When you have a win con like Clownfish has, 10 stages, that's quite high. You need to play on the top of your game, and it looks like Clownfish is doing that. Getting the tunnel out this early is going to look so good, as we do get Blast Mine, a little bit of a prank there on Clownfish. We are going to see still Pop and Eruption getting laid onto that generator. And Clownfish can just play comfortable right now. He has no stress. He has all the power right now. 3v1, and they need to pop 3 generators, and they need to get 4 stages out the gate if they want to win this.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It's a really rough spot for our survivors, I believe. But if we can have one good chase that can maybe turn this around, it could be the turning event that this team needs. And so far, Shelly is doing pretty well in their chase, but they are in a zone right now where there's not a whole lot. Now they're back into a zone that has a lot of stuff to work with. So we might see this chase go a little bit longer. But our Ganeki recognizes that and decides to leave and pressure the generators.
Yeah, I mean, Clownfish knows that this main gen has the most progress out of all the gens on the map, so he just wants to avoid this from popping. Yeah, he's still in a comfortable position, but he doesn't want to give up free gens if he doesn't have to. But it looks like he can't find the person that was on that gen. They managed to stealth back onto Shelly here. But yeah, he's probably going to commit this chase now as they are kind of zoned into this corner of the map. Yeah, just losing out that 50. And yeah, we do see Eruption proccing on the main building as we are going to get another hook. And if he can get this hook and get over to main, we are going to see probably another pop going down on it. And this is going to be the agitation value that I was talking about. Managing to get this hook way closer to main.
We did see someone's aura just now. So yeah, we're going to head over there and try to tag them as well.
Yeah, and now Clownfish knows where all the survivors are. He has one on hook, and he has one leaving shack, and one right by the hook. He can just commit this chase and keep watch on the person rotating from shack, and they're in a spot where they can't really do anything.
I fear that this might be the end now. The team can recover if they play this well, but it's going to be so rough.
Another down coming through as they do get the unhook. Clownfish is going to break this door. Might lay down pop on this main gen. Yeah, he is just going to kick this. It's going to be quite high on kicks on this generator, though, as he is just going to opt to take this hook and probably get another pop on probably Shack gen, I would assume, because he did see Anna come from Shack with that rotate. But they do actually manage to pop it. Yeah, they managed to pop it before knowing that Clownfish wanted to put pop and eruption on that generator. So we do see Shelly actually was the one working this generator. I wouldn't be surprised if Clownfish commits this and we see Wicca come in and get the pull onto Anna. But we are going to see him commit this. Yeah, the pull does come through. The question is, how fast can he get this down, and can he get it before they go pop main building gen?
He is zoning really well, and all we have left is this window here, and we vaulted a little bit. No, we have balanced.
I think it was Lithe, actually, because there was a little bit of a stagger there, but we are going to play this 50 again. Yeah, and that is just going to be the down coming through. Eruption on main, and that probably has to be main on probably the last of its damaging states, but Clownfish is going to be able to get a hook on top of it. So even if it is on the last damaging state, he can just sit in this area knowing that both of them are injured and can't really do anything.
We do see some scratch marks, and I think we're gonna just go ahead and try to rotate around and see where they're at. They are inside. They're gonna do another play upstairs. Now this one was balanced.
Yeah. We just see the balance landing coming out. Clownfish getting a little bit maybe bugged there on the power, trying to use it on the drop down, which is a little bit tough to do. But we are going to see him just securing this, knowing that if he can make it to this 2v1, that's pretty much done, because the survivors cannot pressure the gens, even if it's a big enough split in the 2v1, unless one of them goes on a miracle chase.
Our killer is playing very, very well. We do see the generator pop.
Yeah, to be fair, with how well Clownfish has been playing this, the progress that they have is quite a lot. But he does know that he can just secure this. They don't have enough progress to pop a gen for this death. And they're both injured, so they can't save this. And Clownfish can just sit here comfortably. He does know that someone is pretty close for the pull. He kind of just has to sit here. Yeah, she does end up dying. And that is going to be him committing chase onto Anna. The question is, how long can she last, and can she last long enough for Wicca to pop that generator on main or on 5? How many pallets do we have here is the question. Do they have enough to last?
Yeah, and even then, I do believe that if we get this down, I think the game is over anyway, right? With our win con.
Not necessarily. They could still tie it, or actually, even if Anna dies here, if Wicca gets out, that would be the win for Unholy, because it was 9 stages and 4 fresh for their killer, and it would be 9 station 3 fresh for Clownfish. But the gen does pop, so Clownfish just needs to find Wicca and see if he can find them before hatch opens. Yeah,
Oh, we did find them.
we do get the find here, so this is just going to be the chase coming in. The question is, can they last long enough for Anna to die on hook and get hatch? It's going to be really tough. Kaneki is such a strong killer. And yeah, one power vault here from Clownfish, and then they're going to be put in a bad spot. And yeah, that's going to be a down coming through. Glacial does take the set, so that is going to be 1-1, and we are going to go to the tiebreaker set, which is going to be Pig Hawkins. And that's a set that is very tough. That's going to be a hard set for these survivors to play and see who comes out on top. I'm really excited to see Glacial's team play come in on that set, because it is a very team-oriented set. You need good communication. You need to understand where the killers at all times, where box spawns are, and really play it well. But we will see that pig set coming up very soon. See you guys then. Hello everybody, we are back with Unholy vs Glacial. This is the tiebreaker set. We did see both teams taking the other team's pick, actually, funnily enough. But we are here on the pig set on Hawkins, as we are already seeing, as I'm introing again, Pig is a slower paced killer, and we're still seeing the first tag come in during the introing. Lucy, it's already starting. I wanted to talk about the build, but it's too late. We're already in the first chase.
Yeah, he had two options for that hit too, unfortunately for our survivors, but our Zarina, it seems like they're going to be able to hold a little bit of a chase here. They do win a little bit of a 50 there. We hear screaming. Is that scene partner?
No, that is going to be that perk on the top there, Face the Darkness, which is what I wanted to talk about with this set. So if you take a look at Somi's add-ons, he does have Crate of Gears and Bag of Gears. That along with Face of Darkness means that when you're trying to get your head trap off, if you don't get right on the box as soon as you scream, you don't have enough time to complete the hat search before you scream, and it kicks you off the box again and notifies the killer of where you're at. But we do see two survivors on that gen. They were stacking it out. A little bit of undying value coming in, and Merch takes a really bad hit. That is going to be Sloppy going on to Merch, as they are going for the pull onto Wicca, but that is going to be Somi going right back and getting another tag, getting Sloppy going. This game is moving so fast for what is typically a slow set.
Yeah, they need to slow down a little bit. These survivors are just running all over the place, and our pig knows exactly where everyone is. The only person that he doesn't really have information on is Claudette.
Yeah, we are seeing them pressure out these gens. They are getting quite good progress on the generator on mid, but now Face of Darkness is up, and they're committing tunnel out. So Face of Darkness will stay up on that survivor that was injured first, which was, I believe, merged. But we are going to see them not cleansing any totems. So even if they do cleanse Face of Darkness, it's still undying up. So we are going to see Face still staying up, and that is going to be the head trap on Wicca going off. But we are going to commit this tunnel out and try and get this down.
Well, we do see another gen pop, and right now the Zarina is playing this window very, very well, shift teching over top of it, so it doesn't block on her. She's doing really well, but we did not quite go back over the window in time.
I think losing a bit of a 50 there, but yeah, they are going to go back up on hook. This is going to be second stage. We do see two gens pop, but the thing is, and the reset, so that is going to be Face the Darkness deactivating for now. But yeah, the thing is, we do see two of those gens pop, but that is the second stage onto Wicca, and all three totems are still intact. That is going to be so rough. If the 3v1 happens and those totems are still up, I don't know if the survivors are going to be able to complete another gen. It's just so hard in the 3v1 to have hat rotations and cleanse totems and do gens all at the same time while Ruin is still kicking your ass on those generators.
I'm wondering if maybe the team will choose to try to work on gens and not go for the save, and kind of like put some pressure out there on these generators. But I do think that somebody might rotate here. We don't see anyone though, so they might just be working on generators.
Yeah, I really like the way Somi's playing this. He ventured out to 7 to see where the progress is and then venture back to the hook. And that is going to be him really close to be right back on that survivor that got unhooked. And if he can manage to get this 3v1, that would be so good for his pressure going forward. But he is just missing out. Seeing that blood is on chase with the survivor. I believe this is probably a hit tank for Wicca. Yeah, this is going to be a hit tank, which is going to be sloppy going down again. The question is, did they make this pallet before? No. Getting hit through that pallet, that's probably going to be ping coming through there. And that is going to be Wicca's hat ticking down. I think Somi can put some more pressure on some other people right now, but getting that tunnel out is just so tantalizing, because if you get that tunnel out now with all of your totems up, and now Face the Darkness is back on merged, it would just look so good for your match going forward.
Oh, and listening to them through the wall to see where they went to there, that was so well played from our pig. But we're back on our tunnel out, and I do think that, ooh, do we see some hit taking going on? We do. I was gonna say we might see them go down fast, but with the hit take, that gives them space to get to a whole new area.
Yeah, I actually really like that play. Merched knew that they were Face the Darkness, so they decided to take it down, so it deactivates Face the Darkness and gives time for Wicca, but they are managed to go down, getting that hat onto Merched, and now you're in a bit of a rough situation if you're Somi. They managed to pop 2 gens for that chase. You are in the 3v1 with your totems attacked, so it's still 4k1able for sure, especially if the survivors are rotating like this and being in your face. Somi can just leave Merch slug and commit for this chase and get Face the Darkness up when they go back and commit for some other people. But the pressure of the head traps is just kind of low right now, because they to pop another gen, that would put them in the end game. It's gonna put more pressure if Somi can get head traps on all 3 of them, but with just one, they can just crank out a generator and deal with the head trap after.
Yes, yeah, I agree 100%. Like, I was gonna say that I figure our Claudette was probably setting up for a pickup. We do catch Nancy, though.
That is such a smart play. Somi took the tag on the stairs on 5 side and then rotated to the other stairs to try and do like a mind game on Shelly, getting that hat on and another hook. And there's probably no gen progress right now.
No, and I mean, I see what Nancy's vision was for the boil over up in that room, but unfortunately there was a whole hook sitting on the staircase, so it didn't really matter in the long run to try to force yourself in that corner with the animation.
We find the healthy survivor. So find the healthy survivor. That means that everyone is injured now and Birch needs to rotate to get that pull, but the survivor is right by it. If they happen to go down here, this is gonna look really rough for the survivor. It's so much. He sends it right through. That pallet is so tough to play as survivor, because even if you get the stun, it's that hard to get out of there because of the way it's placed. But yeah, that is gonna be a down coming through, and Somi can just try and look for the rotate of Merged, and it's looking like the survivors can't get enough pressure, and this might just be a 4k1.
Yeah, I believe that maybe Merch is... Yeah, I think they were working on their head trap to try to get that off, and then our Claudette got found, and unfortunately enough, they probably didn't know how to go forward with the plan after that.
Yeah, I mean, this is just this is what happens when you don't cleanse the totems. There's just so much pressure around, and like, you need to find those totems, because no matter how much progress you get, if you push someone off a gen in 3v1, it just gives you so much pressure, and Ruin right now is just so strong with the buff it received, being 150% regression on generators. That is going to be the 4k1 coming from Somi, but to be fair, I think personally 4k1 is a bit of an expected result on this set, especially with what's allowed and the perk and add-ons. It's so tough to get out in this rule set, but we do see 4k1, and the question is, what can Unholy do on the killer side to come back and either match this and secure a tie overall, or win this with a 4k2?
He just like knew where Hatch was too.
Yeah, but yeah, we will see what Unholy can do. Getting a 4k2 is tough. It's really tough. A 4k1 is kind of, I feel like a bit expected, but a 4K2 is definitely hard. You need to have really good chases. You need to have a quick tunnel out, and hope your totems don't get cleansed if that's the build you decide to run. But we will see what Unholy decides to do with their killer coming up next. See you guys then. Hello everyone, we are back with the last set of Unholy vs Glacial. This is the second round of the TB. We do have Wutsek on the killer, and we are going to see him on the pig with a different build actually to what we saw Somi run. We are going to just go with a pretty average build for the pig. But we do see the same add-ons, so as we do have first chase coming in, and for once first tag is not coming in when I'm doing my intro. I was able to talk about the build. I'm still here with Lucy, and this is a strong room to play if you're the survivor.
Oh yeah. Oh, and we didn't win the 50. I did like the mind game that they tried to play on the top and to use their power, but unfortunately it did not land. Our Ada did really well there. We do see some stretch marks over here, though. Try to sneak up on him, but the comms were too strong. Now we're on V here.
Yeah, and we are going to see his tag come through. That's so unfortunate. That's probably going to be Ping playing in a factor of why Monica dropped that. I feel like if she greeted that pallet maybe and Wutsek still went around, maybe they could have made that pallet, but they just managed to get tag out. That is going to be Sloppy Butcher applied as they do make this pallet. We are seeing the bullets come in, and this is the first ambush we've seen actually, and very well played.
And there's someone upstairs.
Yeah, this might be another tag. No, we do have that pallet there, and yeah, he's just going to decommit, place the hat on, and we do see another quick down. But to be fair, this down was a bit longer than the last one, so we are probably going to see the survivor split more. And I do see that ruin totem in the glass room there. But we are going to see pain res pop on this gen right here, actually, where the hook is. That is so unfortunate to get the hook here, but this gen has a lot of progress.
A lot,
we do see Chase coming in on Somi, and we are going to see them playing this, and the stun coming through. That is such a good stun. That is such a hard pallet to play, especially when you can't really run up because you'll be sandbagging the hook, and you got to get away. So getting that stun is huge. But we are going to see Wutsek just trying to patrol this area, trying to see if he can find some other survivors out. And he does hear some progress on this generator right here through the wall. So he is going to try and sneak up on this person. But the comms are good. And yeah, Nick just knows when he's coming. This is showing the strong communication that we've seen from Glacial all day today.
Yeah, I mean, this team, their comms, like, I would love to sit in a room and just learn, you know? Their comms are very clean. You can just tell by their gameplay. Oh! But we do see a really nice ambush come through here. We are back on this pallet, but if we wrap just nicely, we might be able to continue this chase for a little bit longer.
Yeah, I mean,
we do make it back.
They managed to get the pull onto Monica. I think Wutsek here is playing a bit of a different style of pig than Somi did. We are going to see him leaving the tunnel out chase actually and relying on his add-ons and Monica going after the box, as he is going to commit chase, leave Nick, and commit onto this person that ran upstairs trying to get another tag, and that will be actually 3 injuries. But this is actually a pretty good room. We'll see what he can do with the ambush. Clownfish taking that vault, losing out there. But we do get the tag. It's not going to be Sloppy applied though, because that was an ambush hit. But the survivors of Glacial have still not found that totem, so they really need to find that before they go into 3v1. But Monica actually got the head trap off. That is so huge for Glacial. Now they can play it a bit slow. Yeah, they can play it a bit slow. Oh, Somi just running into the killer. That's unfortunate. A little bit of a miscomm there, but these things happen. But yeah, we do see that. I
believe we're gonna check on our totem here. Or at least we saw some scratch marks, and we're going to take this chase and maybe try to pull them away from this totem a little bit.
Yeah, that's a very good find, too. That means all survivors are injured. Never mind. They do reset Monica as I'm saying that, as we do see Nick playing this room and Wutsek going for another ambush play. And we're seeing him use way more ambushes than Somi did. But they are definitely playing out very well, showing his understanding of this killer. And we are probably going to see another pain wrestle come through as the survivors do get a full reset. which I think is a very
Ooh.
good play. They do
We do
get
see 2 survivors here, though.
yeah, we do see 2 survivors, but they have enough distance with the hook to get away from the area and spread their pressure a bit. I wouldn't be surprised if we see them kind of just leaving Nick on hook here for a little bit and splitting some gens and getting some progress.
We are in chases. Yeah, we are in chases, Soma.
Yeah, we are going to be in chase here right by the hook. The question is, can Somi play this pallet well? And yeah, playing this pallet extremely well, leaving up to the upstairs when Wachek was doing the dash, as they do get the pull. And this is going to be Nick actually taking a hit for Clownfish so that they can probably make a pallet.
Counting.
But yeah, unfortunately, a little bit of a a little bit of a miscount there. And we do see Nick get tagged with the endurance. That had to be the last second of endurance there.
Very last second.
But we are going to see him playing this pallet. It's a bit of a god pallet there. It's really hard to play as the killer. We are going to see another tag come through, and we did see Ruin get cleansed. So Wachek can know that there's actually probably 2 people in this area now, because Chase is here and the totem just got cleansed. And, oh my god. That was so close. Probably a bit of auto aim coming into play there. I know Wachek is probably not very happy about that.
Yeah. And we did hear some progress going on in Glassroom as well. But we did continue this chase out, which it was a faster down. So maybe we'll go back to the Glassroom and try to interrupt that room. But I mean, that gen is kind of a safer gen. There's some more space for our pig to get up there and our survivors to try to figure out a game plan to get back down.
Yeah, we are going to see another pain wrist hook coming through. But the thing is, with Ruin gone, Wachek needs to get a kill here. He needs to get a kill, or he needs to have some hat trouble from the survivors when the next gen pops. Because with 3 spread fresh hooks, with the win con like 4K2, it's going to be so tough to get that pressure down, especially with the fact that Ruin is gone. And we do see 12 is popping, and we had a lot of progress on this generator that Somi was working, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see another gen across the map with high progress, as we do see a good tag coming through. That tag only came through because of Bloodlust. Getting Bloodlust there at the perfect time to get that tag.
We do see that we got the unhook here, and now our traps are ticking, so they're gonna have to take some time out of their day to try to get them off before they can really continue anything. Oh my goodness, this killer is so good with their ambush. They really understand how it works and how to set it up properly, which, I mean, it was a 50-50, but they've almost landed all of their ambushes this game.
Yeah, Wachek is really knowing his knowledge of Pig's new ambush after the buffs. Probably spent a lot of time playing her. But we do see another chase coming in onto Monica, actually. And yeah, we do see 2 survivors with hat progress. One's on the ground, and the other one is getting chased. And this is going to be a down coming through, actually. Just a bit too long of a loop. But I wouldn't be surprised if we see... Actually, we do see Nick's hat come off, which is very good for the survivors. And I was going to say, I wouldn't be surprised if we see one of the survivors risking their life to stick that gen and make Tycon happen. But we do not see that come through. They're probably just trying to rush to get those hats off. And this is where Wachek is bringing a bit of the pressure back. Now the thing is, and that's actually clean break we see, but unfortunately he's right around the corner and managed to get that down again, deactivating the clean break. But yeah,
and we're gonna go for more.
Yeah, Wachek had a very hard position to be in, but he is bringing it back with the pressure he has right now. With both of those hats and then being on the 2 survivors that didn't have hat progress, it is just such a good position to be in, and now the survivors are in the struggle position and having to bring it back.
Yeah, we do see boil over, which could have been bad if our pig did continue around that corner, because I don't think there was another hook close enough for them to hook them, but they did turn around and they do get the hook. We do hear some major progress going on over here.
Oh no! I think
a little bit, they didn't see her.
Yeah, I think a little bit of a miscomm coming in, and Nick getting caught out there, as we do get the pull onto Somi. And actually, we do see the FTP come through, so that makes me a bit worried about the fact that Clownfish has had his hat on for so long, and he's going for these altruistic plays. I think we might see Clownfish dying to the hat, and that's what I said. Wachek needed to get a kill, and he is getting that with the pressure from hats. As we do see a tag coming in from... Yeah, a tag on Somi. and we do see Clownfish end up dying. But the thing is, Somi has brought this chase so far away and does have this God Palette here to play. Pickup does come in on Nick, and I wouldn't be surprised if they stack out that generator there to get Tycon. I don't think Wutchek has enough time to make it back to the gen. Yeah, they do manage to pop that gen, and that is going to be Tycon. The question is, can they bring it back and pop another gen? I'm not so sure.
It's a rough situation they're in. They're all injured. We have somebody on hook. We do still have one more head trap out in play. We find Ace on some rotation, but we're gonna leave him there because I think that he understands that yes, this survivor is also gonna try to rotate for this hook, and we're just gonna go ahead and do this chase here.
Yeah, I mean, just
this is our death hook, so
Wutchek is just having so much pressure here. There's just not much the survivors can do. The pallets are gone, the generators have no progress, and yeah, just downs are coming in one after another. And now Somi's hat is having progress. I think this is just going to be a tie. I think from what we've seen from both teams have been so evenly matched today throughout their matches. But yeah, we see another down come in, and it's going to be the 2v1 with an active hat trap. I don't think the survivors can come back from this, and
I don't think so either.
There's no fresh hooks either, so getting like a hatch escape is out of the question because the hatch would only save one fresh, but there's no freshes, as we do see Wutchek just trying to find the last survivors. And yeah, both teams played incredibly well. It was funny, both teams taking the other set and then tying on the tiebreaker. It's just so funny to see. It's kind of poetic in a sense, as we do find out one of the survivors. Which survivor is going to be? Yeah, it's going to be Somi here in the corner. This is going to be Deathwick survivor. Wutchek is opting to slug. I'm sure he's probably a little bit unfamiliar with the rules and the fact that in this situation, hatch will not matter because Nick was already hooked to be not fresh anymore. So that will probably spell the end unless some miracle happens. But yeah, a full tie for the sets today means no one wins, a full draw, and yeah, both teams played incredibly well today.
Oh, very well. I mean, and like I said, the communications of these teams, it was so impressive to watch from an outsider's view. That they played so well today, and our killers as well. These killers, oh, we do see a pickup. These killers understood their power and how to use it, and you know, not only that, they understood where the survivors were almost every single game. We couldn't even finish our intros before the killers got their first hits. They did so well.
Yeah, I'm actually being informed if they do tie this, it is going to actually go to a 1v1 at the end. So it will come down to a 1v1 on what decides who is going to win this match once this one ends, if it ends in a tie, which I believe it will. It's just Wutchek looking for the last survivor.
It'll be interesting to see which survivor and which killer they choose for 1v1.
Yeah, but we do see the pickup come through onto Somi, and we do see both scratch marks running in different directions as we do commit chase onto this person in glass room, and we are going to see if they can last long enough, maybe for Somi to try and pop a gen. I know it's unrealistic, but maybe.
I think Somi might die to their head trap, though, before, like, with how they have had it on this entire time. Yes, they've been slugged, but I think that they might die to their head trap if they commit a gen.
Such a close vault coming through, but yeah, this is just kind of the players playing it out for fun, just out of respect, just doing some last chases.
Not quite.
Yeah, Wutchek is just trying to get this down. Oh, trying to do a little ambush mind game, but just missing out there. Nick decided to leave the pallet, and yeah, oh, the mind game coming through, getting the down onto Nick, and yeah, opting to pick here, as we probably will see Somi dying to head trap very soon, but they actually managed to get it off. And we're gonna see if Wutchek can find them just to get this match going on its way to the next thing, which will be the 1v1 to decide who wins this match. Just looking around here, trying to find out where Somi got their head trap off. I wouldn't be surprised if they already rotated up to get the save. And it looks like, yeah, Nick
No.
is just dying on hook. Oh, and they do find them crouching in the corner. So, yeah, that is going to be the end of that set. The tie overall. We are going to go to the 1v1 soon, and we'll see who can come out on top of that. We will see you guys then. Here with the first ever tiebreaker 1v1 in Dead by Dawn. We have not seen this happen yet in this tournament, but we are going to see it happen today to be the decider of Unholy versus Glacial. We do have Unholy playing the Trapper first. And now there are some unfortunate difficulties. We cannot get the timer up on stream, but we do have multiple timers in the background to make sure what the time is, and I will be updating on the time as we go in the chase. I am still here with Lucy. Lucy, are you excited to see how this 1v1 is going to go?
I am. I'm so excited. I love a good 1v1.
Yeah, we are underway with the start of the first chase. We do see them playing Shack per usual, as a lot of people like to start Trapper chases. We do actually see Merch with the pick of Bam instead of Brutal, which is a bit interesting. I feel like that's probably because of the RNG changes and the pallets being slightly less safe than they used to be with all the God Rock spawns. So it definitely makes sense to have that come in. So we do see UC getting 30 seconds out of Shack. That is a very respectable time to get out of Shack as he does work his way to this mid-map loop. As he is running into the wrong side of this loop here, trying to find out the pallet, but he does make it as Bloodlust doesn't come into play. Greeting that a bit. The question is, does he make this on ping? No, unfortunately. I do like this though. Greeting, you do have to greet for time. You know, your whole team is relying on you to get a time that you can match up to on the killer side. So we do see him using this new pallet that spawned on the water tower just to extend his chase time.
Yes, it gives him a little bit more distance around, as our Trapper has to go all the way around. I wonder if we're going to continue to wrap it, or if we will move on to a different loop.
Yeah,
chaining really well.
Just buying enough time to start chase and then chaining into the main building as we do reach the 120 mark. Now the thing is, this pallet's typically a bit of a death sentence, but greeting it, UC is playing this so well. The question is, can he get the stun to stop Bloodlust? I think this might be the down coming through, as we do see the time. Final time is going to be 1 minute and 31 seconds coming through for UC. Team Glacial might be happy about that. I'm unsure of the average for Trapper times in this current new RNG, but we will see if Unholy can beat that on their Survivor side coming up pretty soon. We'll be right back with that. All right, we are back with the next 1v1. The time to beat for Merch is 1 minute and 31 seconds. That is not a tough time to beat, to be fair. It's a bit harder on ping. UC put up a good chase, but we are going to see what Merch can do on the Survivor and if he can last long enough to secure the win for his team. Do you think this is a beatable win con for Merch, Lucy?
It's going to be rough, especially I'm interested to see how long we can hold chase at Shack. If it's a little bit longer, then we might be able to beat it.
Yeah, and we are underway.
No, we're actually just going to leave Shack entirely.
Yeah, I wonder if he's doing this because he does have this pallet on logs that is new with the new RNG. But yeah, just chaining logs back into Shack, and now he's going to start chase at Shack at 15 seconds instead of starting chase early. I believe that is his life burned out at the start, though, and is going to be just dropping Shack. To be fair, this is a good drop from Shack because he gets so much distance to mid, and he has managed to buy the same amount of time reaching mid as UC did, so it's looking like a good start. He is probably just going to greet this pallet. Actually, playing this short side of the pallet on ping is kind of psychopathic, as we do see Bloodlust coming in. Question is, does he drop? No, he manages to make this pallet, but we do have Bloodlust coming through. Probably Bloodlust 2 pretty soon. Yeah, we are going to see Bloodlust 2, but this pallet is relatively safe. They made it a bit weaker, as we do see the tag coming through at around 56 seconds, so it's going to be cutting it pretty close, to be fair.
Very close.
The question is,
we are forced back towards Shack, though. We didn't make it back into mid. I don't know if we have any RNG around this side, like on 7 side. We're gonna take it back over to logs, though. I feel like that was the smarter plan than to try to hold Shaq. Does he
Yeah,
fake the? No, he doesn't fake the
we're on
vault.
the 10-second time limit. It's gonna be so close. Does he win this 50? He's gonna get down at 128. Glacial wins the match by 3 seconds.
And honestly, that's so poetic. Like they were so head-butting. Like they did so well against each other. It's a constant matchup. The tie and now the timer barely matching up like that.
Even in the 1v1 cutting it close. But yeah, Glacial did end up taking it over Unholy today, but it could have gone any way today, and we saw by how close those matchups were. But yeah, that is going to be it for me and Lucy today. We are going to have another match coming up very, very soon, and that is going to be Team Estrella versus Team Exile. So don't go too far. Be ready for that stream. That's going to come up soon. But thank you guys for watching this stream, and we will see you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.